What's happening, guys? Saf-T-Liner C2 here. We've got bus stuff for sale. I got a couple things that I want to show off. As always, if you have something you want to submit for any one of my videos, make sure and throw it in the video request form in the description of any one of my videos, and it might just get featured. So the first bus we got here is pretty basic. It is just a 2006 HDX. It's got a Cat C7 Allison automatic transmission, 95,000 miles, and was retired from Montgomery County Public Schools. So I wanted to show this one off because it really reminds me of what I grew up with. I grew up in a neighboring county from Montgomery County, so I guarantee I've seen buses from there before, and our buses were very similarly spec'd. The main thing being all the numbers. You can easily see 3, there's 2 more in the back, but there's a lot more around the bus. Also take note that we have dual stop sign, and it seems that there was some sort of panel removed. I don't know why they did that, but okay. Back again with the numbers on the passenger side. You can see 1 above the door, next to the door, and 2 in the back. There's just numbers thrown all over. You can see the single number on the back. It appears to be all LED, and that there's a backup camera next to the left warning light. And so far, I really haven't seen anything physically wrong with the bus. Here's the driver's area of the bus. If you take a look to the right of the dash, you can see that there's 3 switches. Those would be the warning light controls and the door switch. Maryland state specs required that those be on the right-hand side of the driver, and that's where they were able to fit them in, I guess. You can also see that there are the amber and red indicators right next to those. There's just over 95,000 miles on this bus, and it probably comes as no surprise that this bus was emptied out. There are no seats in it, so that someone could make a skoolie or whatever. And there's a look at the engine. For nearly 10,000 bucks, a 16-year-old school bus at this point, I mean, I don't think it's worth the money. But like I said, it's a little nostalgic to me, because we had very similar specs, and I, kind of grew up seeing HDXs all over, so I just really wanted to share that. Next up, we move to Indiana, and we're taking a look at a 1996 Mid Bus International. The description says that it has a T444E with only 13,000 miles on it, so there was probably a replacement engine put in there. It was bought a few years back and started as a camper conversion, then had to move for work to Chicago, so the bus has been sitting around for about 3 years. Still fires and runs great. Body is starting to rust. Frame has rust, but is still very solid. Would be great for conversion or an engine swap. So let me first off say, this is one of the bigger Midbus Internationals that I've seen. Normally they're a lot shorter than this, or at least the ones that I've seen, but I have not, not seen a really long one like this. And I've always kind of found the area above the driver's window a little bit odd. I understand why they had to put it there to accommodate the windows and everything, but I don't think that number placement is half bad. Here is a quick look at the engine, and there we go. I knew that this was too good to be true. It looks like the back door has rusted pretty bad, and we can also see that at one point this was an Ohio bus, based off of the stop on the back door, and it looks like the license plate is covering up the ID number. This dash right here actually looks to be in surprisingly good condition. It almost looks new old stock to me, but you can see that it is running, and there is 13,000 miles on it. Again, this shouldn't be a surprise. The interior is completely torn apart because skoolies. And here's a look at the passenger side of the bus. You can also see the Ohio ID on there, 80492, if anyone knows where that's at or cares to look that up. But yeah, I've always kind of found these Type A manufacturers building technically a Type A, but, on an international chassis or a Chevy chassis or whatever, just really unique. I've always enjoyed them, and this is just another example of that. 4,500 bucks, kind of iffy on that. The interior's torn apart, and the back door is, it's not in good condition, and I can't imagine that the underside of this bus looks good at all. So again, I think I would pass on this one. And last but not least, we're moving to Willis Point, Texas to take a look at a 2007 Chevy school bus listed for $15,000. The description says mid-size bus, runs and drives great. Low miles, 105,000. It's got a 6.6 Duramax engine and 15,000 or best offer. Like I was just saying with the last bus, I've always found these crossovers really unique. and different. You can see that this is yet another mid bus. This is on a Chevy chassis this time. You can also see that this was a Texas school bus at one point because of the school bus lettering on the side. And this looks extremely faded. It does not look pristine at all. And finally, a bus with an actual interior. It looks like the front 2 seats were designated for wheelchair students. You can see by the little hooks on the side and the ground. There's also an AC unit, and that's confirmed by this picture. You can also see the lift in the back. Here's just a better look at the back. It looks like one of the lights is falling off. There's a better look at the lift. There is the mid-bus control panel. Pretty simple to operate. 105,931 miles on the odometer. There's a look at the gauges. Here's a better look at the bus overall, kind of the front side of it. Here's the driver's side. Notice 2 things. The numbering on the door is really unique. I can't say that I've seen that very often. And we have the flashing stop sign instead of the regular stop sign. I don't think I've ever seen that specific variant on one of these before. And the registration. $15,000 is a pretty high asking price for this bus. I don't think that there's anything crazy about it. No modifications. AC is definitely a plus, but $15,000 is just really, really high. But anyways, I just wanted to show those off. I thought that the 2 mid buses were kind of cool, so just figured I'd throw it out there. And as always, if you had the time, money, resources, anything that you needed to get one of these buses, which one would it be? I think I would go for the Mid Bus Chevy. I've just, like I said, I've always found those super unique, and it helps that there is a interior in there, unlike the other buses as well. So I just think that that would be a really different one to have. But hey, your answer might differ, so let me know in the comments down below. Let's have a conversation about it, and yeah. Anyways, that is going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I always do appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe. Right down here, it's a magical red button that says you are now subscribed to Saf-T-Liner C2. Make sure you comment up here, down here, over here, or over here. I don't know where they put it down, I don't care where they put it. Make sure you also give this video a thumbs up, or all of these weird combinations are gonna come back and take over the market. And make sure you also share this video with a friend, show it to your mom, show it to your dad, show it to a guy in a random street. I don't care, don't let anything happen to you. So yeah guys, that's gonna do it for this video, and thanks for watching.